Hello everyone, so welcome back to another video. So what have we got here? We've got the game, it's running, and we've got the objectives going on, and we've got me here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over little things I've added. We've previously added target points to the AI that we can customize that allow it to move around on a almost random pattern, or more like where the player sets for the AI to go, so I can make it go randomly up and down this hall. It can go to the middle and back, or all the way up and back, and it can choose wherever it wants. But the thing is, I wanted to spawn an AI in, and I wanted to spawn it in certain areas. So what I've been doing is I've been working with some help on something, but then I ended up whipping up something myself based on a YouTube tutorial, and we'll go through that now. The most awkward part of this was trying to get it done last night through the third-person game mode and control it there. For me, I tried getting it set up, but I ended up running out of time, and even though I can ask more questions to the person responsible for that, when I went to it today, I thought there's got to be an easier way that I can do this, because I am more of a level designer than anything else. My previous jobs have always been like level design and things when it comes to projects. So what I decided to do was try and make it a little bit easier on myself. So now we have nodes that can set where the spawns are, and I'll go over those in a bit. But basically what happens is when the player now interacts with something, say in this case it's a trigger volume, the AI spawns. So what happens is we got the character here, and if we move him close to the door, what you'll see is that the AI will spawn roughly in the middle of the corridor where he used to spawn. So here we go. So there we go, the AI spawns in, and then he starts walking around on his patrol pattern, which is how it should be. Now what we can do here is we can stop, and we can see how this is linked up and everything. We've got these target spawns here, or these enemy spawn points, which are dotted. Well, that one's dotted there, and then we've got other target markers, the nav points, which dictate where the AI can walk. And the idea is when the player interacts with that volume on this side of the door here, this volume, what happens is when the player gets to there, normally it comes up with an objective that says escape, but also it spawns the AI just there when I want him, and then the AI starts walking, so that allows me to control where he is. So how did we do this? Well, what I did was I set up the level blueprint here. We'll open this up a little bit. In the level blueprint, we looked at somebody else's tutorial for this, and then we just went off that and hooked it up. So upon begin overlap of that trigger volume, we casted the third-person character that triggered it, and we say do this blueprint only once, and we get the enemy reference point, we put that through a transform and say spawn actor, and then spawn actor controller. And all this controls that. Now, I've not been getting any null values that people have been saying they're getting on their end, so I'm happy about that. I just hope that it doesn't like mess around with the engine and mean I'm going to have to do something way more complicated. But this now allows me to set up different blueprint strings here, because I have a lot of different ones that do different effects. I know it's probably not the best or most optimized way of doing this, but it's just easier for me because I'm learning the engine, of course, and doing things as simple as I can do them using multiple tutorials. This is just the easiest way for me. The thing is, if we take out the do once, it's actually quite hilarious, because the do once controls the spawn, and if you take out the do once, what you end up with instead is a very big mess, because if we press play here now and then we click eject, what happens is the do once controls the spawn, right? So if we now move the character over the trigger volume, what we get is a bunch of AIs that just spawn on top of each other, and it never stops. So what we end up with is like a million AI walking randomly in the level. Oh god, that's loud. So what we get is a million AI walking around the level if we don't stop triggering that. As you can see, it just keeps going. So now we've got about 30 AI that are just randomly walking around wherever the hell they want to go. So they can go all the way up to the middle, they can go all the way to the back. Some of them seem to have stuck here. Don't quite know why. They just seem to have this little congregated party here. They're just chilling out. The funniest part, though, is when you actually try and go into the level while they're busy trying to interact with each other. Admittedly, I do need to fix the pathing or improve it. I need to look for tutorials on that so they don't bump into each other and so that they can navigate the level a little bit better. But so far we have this. And if I possess my character and go out of here now, I'm about to get absolutely screwed over. Like, you can see all of them walking around on the cameras here. It's pretty terrifying, especially if you saw this in-game, because this is akin to, like, the AI being like Mr. X. This is akin to having about 30 Mr. X's in from Resident Evil the Remake. So if we open this door now, the first one comes in. If we try and lose him here, we'll probably end up with a bunch of AI following him and wondering what's going on. I love the way they're just constantly setting off the motion trigger there, and I love the way that one managed to get the drop on me there. Let's see what this log says here. Oh, this is just attempt to access AI return value, but I have a problem there. I am going to have to figure out what is going on there. That's to do with the spawn controller. So, it's pending kill. I'm going to have to look into fixing that. I didn't get a problem with that before, but now I do. So, problems. Anyway, I'll fix it next time. I'll see you later, guys.